Hi everyone. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful summer and enjoying just spending time with family and being outside. We've had so much fun this past month, especially that I honestly have not had a lot of time to just be still with Jesus. And so I was looking forward to coming in here and having that time. And when I got in here and I sat down, I started to think about a quote I hadn't thought about in a long time because one of our mentors had taught us it. And the quote goes like this. It says, we're always in the process of forgetting. And I was like kind of trying to figure out why that would come to my mind. So I just was curious and I asked Jesus, will you tell me what am I in the process of forgetting? And what are you trying to tell me? And so because God's word is so alive and active, when Psalm 51:12 came to my mind, and the first part of it says, restore to me the joy of my salvation. I realized when I put the two together that God was reminding me that my joy was being depleted or had been depleted, and it was time to come in here and fill my joy bucket up again. So a couple of the ways that, two ways that I do that to get my joy to be back, right? Like, because this joy does not depend on circumstances. It depends on this time that we have together with Jesus. The joy of the Lord is my strength, right? Our strength comes from the joy of the Lord. So we need to get that joy from him. And so I just asked him if he would, number one, give me a memory of a time in my past that I was filled with his joy. And when I asked him that, it didn't take long. And all of a sudden, I'm remembering a very special time in my life where he used me in a unique, special way that was true for me and my true identity. And when I remembered that memory, you guys, it just brought me like such peace, such contentment, because I knew that I was able to do that one specific thing because he was in me. He was giving me the words to say. He was giving me the actions to love well beyond I could ever do on my own. And it just started to fill my bucket of joy up. And then what the second thing I asked him is if he would show me Jesus, where were you in this moment when I was so filled with your joy? And he showed me so lovingly where he was. Like he was in me. Yep, he was the one giving me the words to say, but he was also on the sidelines, in the front row, watching me, listening to me, encouraging me, cheering me on, because he has my best interest in heart. He's my number one cheerleader now and forever. And so do you see what happened? Those two questions, and my joy was restored. So I don't know where you are today, whether your bucket's full of joy or it's starting to be depleted like mine was. Would you be so, could I encourage you to just ask Jesus to show you those two questions? Show me a time, like give me a memory of a time when I was full of joy. And the second one, will you show me where you are? Because what happens then is it's easier not to just be in that process of forgetting, but what happens instead is we move in the opposite direction and we remember. And I'm reminded of Psalm 143:3, which says this. It says, I remember the days of old. I ponder all your great works, and I think about what you've done. If we can get our place into remembering all the ways he's been faithful to us in the past and ponder them and think about them, we won't be able to forget. The joy of the Lord will be our strength when we remember his faithfulness and goodness to us. And then we'll be able, with our buckets full of joy, to go out into the world where he's called us and serve and love others well.